Live from WLNS TV, this is 6 News at 6.
Put your leg in.
Don't punch me! Put your leg
In the car.
Lansing police are under fire tonight after a video showing an officer striking a 16-year-old girl is posted online. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson.
And I'm Sherry Jones. Tonight, Lansing Police Chief Mike Yankowski says it was standard procedure.
He held a press conference this afternoon. Kaylee Marantette was there and is here for you now live outside the Lansing Police Department. So Kaylee, what is the latest tonight?
Police were called out earlier this afternoon to the 1100 block of Dakin. They took the 16-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy into custody for probation violations. Before the incident, the girl had already escaped custody. Police say the 16-year-old has probation violations, was listed as a runaway from the Ingham County Youth Home, and had outstanding warrants. They're also reviewing the situation. But the mother says after seeing the videos of her daughter getting punched in the leg several times by a female officer, she thinks they need to reconsider how they handle situations like this.
I'm appalled. I saw the press conference. Standard procedure. If I punched my kid like that, it would be child abuse. So I don't see how a stranger can restrain a child by punching them.
Anytime there's an allegation against a member of the Lansing Police organization, we take those allegations and complaints very serious. We will thoroughly investigate the complaints that have been filed today against the officer.
The 16-year-old was taken into the Ingham County Youth Home, and I'll have more for you tonight at 6 News at 11 about why this all happened. Here for you in Lansing, Kaylee Marantette, 6 News. Sherry and Lauren, back to you.
Well, Lansing Mayor Andy Shore issued a statement on this issue today saying the city holds its officers to high standards and that complaints against Lansing police officers are taken very seriously.
Live from WLNS TV, this is 6 News at 6.
Lansing police have released the names of the officers involved in striking a teenage girl in their custody, along with the body camera footage from the incident. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kiera Lake. The officers involved, who have been placed on administrative leave according to LPD, are Lindsay Howley and Bailey Uberoth. Along with their names, LPD released their body camera footage from this morning, and the 16-year-old's face has been blurred to protect her identity. Kaylee Marantette is here for you now with the update to this ongoing investigation. Kaylee?
Before we show you both videos from the body cam footage, we have to warn you this may be disturbing to some viewers. You'll see the interaction with Officer Howley and Officer Uberoth and the 16-year-old girl. Along with the video, we've learned additional facts about the case.
Put your leg in.
Put your leg in.
Don't punch me! Put your leg
Put your leg in the car.
This video showing a Lansing police officer repeatedly striking a 16-year-old girl in the leg was posted online yesterday. Both officers, Bailey Uberoth and Lindsay Howley, were called to check on 2 suspects for probation violations, escaping from custody, and runaway warrants. And earlier today, we heard an update from Lansing Police Chief Michael Yankowski.
The actions and the behavior of the officers, from what we have at this point in time, we have, some actions that I have concerns on, and that's the whole purpose of the internal affairs investigations.
Chief Yankowski brought up why this information and body cam footage wasn't shared yesterday.
So we did not have all the information to make, an accurate response as to what all the details of the incident.
But since then, Lansing police say they have been able to review both officers' body cam footage and obtain additional facts about the situation. Here you can see Officer Lindsay Howley's body cam footage showing her running to assist the other officer after police say the 16-year-old slipped one of her hands from the handcuffs. They resecured her hands and carried her to a patrol car, and this is where the controversy starts. We're also learning more about the 2 officers involved in the incident. Officer Lindsay Howley has been with the department 1 year. And Officer Bailey Uberoth has only been with the department 6 months. If you know anything, please contact the department at the Office of Internal Affairs at 517-483-4804. And if you'd like to see the full body cam footage, you can visit our website at WLNS.com. The 16-year-old's mother also spoke with us again today at the protest, and we'll tell you what she had to say on 6 News at 11. Kira, back to you.
This is 6 News at 6.
Lansing police released new information on a controversial arrest that was caught on camera. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson.
And I'm Sherry Jones. It happened Friday when a video of a Lansing police officer striking a 16-year-old girl made its way across social media.
Today, Brittany Flowers spent the afternoon looking through the police report and listening to the 911 calls that led up to that incident.
She's here for you now with what she learned from that report.
Hi, I have a runaway here that I need you to come pick up.
It was one call.
The runaway's at your house and you want us to come get her?
Yes.
Does she belong there?
No, she does not.
That led to a controversial arrest. This morning, the Lansing Police Department released the 911 calls that led up to the incident and the full report. The call came from someone who had already reported the teen the day before.
I had the parole officers come here yesterday, but they didn't end up picking her up because she ran away.
The 16-year-old girl and her boyfriend had been staying in the caller's house, sneaking in and out of the window despite the caller telling the two they needed to leave.
Well, as that new information was released, the Lansing Board of Police Commissioners is set to meet for the first time since the incident.
Aaron Jordan is at that meeting for us tonight. He's here for you now to continue our team coverage from Lansing City Hall. Aaron?
Well, Sherry and Lauren, the topic is not on the agenda, so the Board of Police Commissioners do not plan to address it tonight, but it is a packed house inside the City Council chambers, and people are addressing it right now as public comment is going on. Now, this is the first time the Commission has met since that controversial arrest. I spoke with one person who does plan to speak to the Council at some point tonight. He says he wants to help the department and the community move forward.
I'm here to speak to this police commission, give them my perspective on what happened and what I believe we can do to calm the storm that's coming here to our city.
More than a month since a video went viral showing a police officer striking a 16-year-old girl multiple times in the leg during an arrest. The video caused a big debate in the local community, with many demanding the officers involved be fired.
Today, we learned that won't happen. Police Chief Mike Yankowski says while mistakes were made, there were, quote, lessons learned. Kara Hay joins us now live in the newsroom. So, Kara, what is next for the officers?
Yeah, the officers will remain on the force, but they're not completely off the hook. During the press conference today, Chief Yankowski went into detail about all the mishaps that took place during the arrest and the punishment these officers now face. The video is hard to watch. Officer Lindsay Howley is seen striking a 16-year-old girl in the leg a total of 17 times in 20 seconds. The viral video sparked a heated debate on whether the police were following protocol or if it was too much. Today, Lansing Police Chief Mike Yankowski said it was both.
At the end of the day, the bottom line is that we could have done better in this situation.
The chief says while hitting the girl with a closed fist was protocol, Officer Howley should have used another technique when it was clear that that tactic wasn't working. Howley now faces a 3-day suspension for a total of 30 hours with no pay, and she will have to complete 10 hours of additional training. Chief Yankowski says Officer Bailey Uberoth didn't call for backup at the appropriate times and did not secure the girl properly into her handcuffs. He will also complete additional training and will be on probation for the next 6 months. But ultimately, the chief says their actions were rookie mistakes.
These were not mistakes of the heart. They were mistakes of inexperience.
Uberoth joined the force 6 months before the incident, and Officer Howley 13 months.
One incident does not define these officers. One incident doesn't define this department.
But will it define the teenage girl? Right now, she is still at an Ingham County youth home facing apprehension and resisting arrest charges. We spoke with a family lawyer who says the teenager's mother, Tanya Lilly, appreciates Yankowski admitting his officers when they're wrong, but is disappointed with the light punishment they received.
Well, the teenage girl at the center of a Lansing police controversial arrest video will stay in a youth home until her jury trial in September. Her family expected her to be released on a tether today, but a judge denied that request. Kara Hay was in the courtroom. She's here for you now live in our studio. Kara, what does the girl's family have to say?
To put it plainly, her mother is disappointed in about more than one thing. She feels her daughter needs therapy, not more time in custody. And yesterday we found out what will happen to the 2 officers involved in her daughter's arrest, and she isn't happy about that either.
So you're somebody who likes to seek attention. Well, you have my undivided attention.
Strong words from Judge Garcia as he explains why the 16-year-old girl must remain at a youth home for at least another month.
While you're sitting in the detention center waiting placement, you got to think about what exactly is it that you want us to do for you.
For the girl's mother, Tanya Lilly, that answer is simple. She wants her daughter to come home and go to therapy. And she says that keeping her in custody isn't fair.
She hasn't even had a long criminal history.
But according to the judge, it was long and substantial enough. We learned that the girl initially had a run-in with authorities when she brought a knife to school following threats on social media. She was then transferred to an alternative high school but continued to skip classes and didn't earn any credits. She also tested positive for marijuana and wouldn't come home for a month.
She's not a hardened criminal. She's a young girl that has made some bad decisions. We all have.
Including the 2 officers involved in the arrest. Yesterday, Police Chief Mike Yankowski said both officers were in violation at some point during the incident. Officer Bailey Uberoth is on probation for 6 months and will receive additional training. Officer Lindsay Howley, the one seen punching the girl in her leg 17 times in 20 seconds, will get 3 days unpaid. Lilly believes Officer Howley should be fired, but she's not. So instead, Lilly is focusing on her daughter, who now faces a felony that carries a 2-year sentence.
The capital city will keep its top cop.
Lansing Police Chief Mike Yankowski says he's not taking the job as chief of the Grand Rapids Police Department.
Yankowski was one of 3 finalists for the job as the top cop in Grand Rapids, but he said he notified officials there over the weekend that he was removing himself for consideration. He's been with the Lansing Police Department since 1994 and has been chief since 2013. The chief added, quote, "Although I'm humbled and honored to be considered a finalist for the position, in the end it simply came down to what I feel is best for my family and I. I wish the city of Grand Rapids, the Grand Rapids Police Department, and the community of Grand Rapids nothing but success as you continue to grow together as a community."
This is 6 News at 6.
Tonight, Lansing's top cop has announced he's stepping down.
In an email sent out this morning, Lansing Police Chief Mike Yankowski told his staff he's retiring from the force. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson.
And I'm Sherry Jones. Chief Yankowski has served the Lansing Police Department since 1994. Now he says it's time to focus on his family.
Brittany Flowers is here for you now with a look at the chief's career here in the capital city and who will step up to take his place.
The city of Lansing made me a better person.
Lansing Police Chief Mike Yankowski has served the capital city for 25 years.
Through the course of the last couple months, I've really gone on a journey, and that journey has really taken me to the end.
Now he says it's time to focus his attention on other things.
My family hasn't seen me much over the last 10 years, and so it's just time.
In June, Chief Yankowski was named as one of 3 finalists for the chief position in Grand Rapids, but he pulled his name from the running, saying in the end it was not in the best interest for himself or his family.
You know, this is a challenging job, especially as a police chief, that I owe it to myself and to my family to spend more time at home.
Earlier today, Lansing Mayor Andy Shore announced who would step up to take the chief's place after his last day on July 31st.
Captain Darrell Green has been a captain for us for 7 years. He is a police officer for 22 years. He's been out in the community. He's in charge of the patrol division. He is a great pick to step in.
The chief's announcement comes just weeks after an LPD officer was shown on video punching a teenage girl during her arrest. The chief had been handling that incident, and the 2 officers involved are still on administrative leave. Today, Mayor Shore says that incident did not play a role in the chief's decision.
No, it has nothing to do with that. He's retirement eligible.
And Yankowski says he has no doubts about the future of the capital city. And though he's not sure what his future holds,
I know that whatever that path is, I'm going to give it everything that I have.
Here for you in Lansing, Brittany Flowers, 6 News.
Mayor Shore went on to say that he did not ask nor pressure the chief to resign, reiterating that it is Yankowski's decision.